information. He who controls the information controls the world. So that's why they struggle so hard by putting up these goofy shows and things like that, so that people's information can be limited. I mean, it's silly when you think about it, but it's effective. So you know, they laughing all the way to the bank. We laughing all the way to the grave. Yeah. So and that's what it's always been about. I mean, all the way back to the Babylonian rules of law, and it's who controls the information. What kind of information they get? They get too much. Why do you think they talk about shutting down the internet? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're scared.
Well,
so
yeah, that's what
everything is information. This right here, if you could remove it and you can see the matrix, all it is a grid for information. I'm a grid for information. You're a grid for information. It depends on what data you're receiving and what data you're putting out. That's life. That's it. That will control the law. That's it. If I had the information to hack into a bank and put $1 billion in my account, it's just the information that I have, you know. So that's what we're dealing with. So that's why it's important that you spread the word. You know, we got these moves and flyers. You know, pick them up. Even if you just got to go over yourself and refresh it, even though that you know it. You know, I looked at all of the movies 7 times as a disciplinary measure for myself. I said, oh. I do it because when people ask me questions, I'm on top of it. I ain't got to go back and refer to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what it's all about.
Yeah, information's critical. Jacques Fresco, even though he's 96 now, he's working on making a major motion picture. You know, just because of that reason. And I did a YouTube little challenge to Hollywood and Spielberg and James Cameron to kind of jump on board with that, but doesn't seem to work. So what? Put it out there in the universe, right?
Yeah, at least you never know. Yeah. Someone might pick up on it again, and you don't know who's watching it.
You know, it's when you're dealing with any kind of idea, you got to go for that 10% paradigm to make a shift. I mean, so if you could get a medium that can reach that, it'll make it happen much more rapidly, much more quicker. You know, what we're dealing with, the resources that we have, you know, individually, so it's limited. You know, eventually, maybe some of the people that's the cowards in Hollywood that's making the money off of us sucking us dry might put some of the money back towards a goal that might help to free us and others themselves. Because right now, you know, they so scared. You know, how dare you show up at a Zeitgeist Day? You know, I might not be able to be in the next big production that's coming up. So I mean, Hollywood is full of cowards. The churches are full of cowards. You know, the army is full of cowards. The citizens are cowards. You know, so and the cowardly don't seek information, so we suffer for lack of it. So, you know, it's a time that when you reach that wall, if that person that you at that wall with doesn't love you, it'll be the difference between you living or dying. In the end, it's about who loves you, not about what you got or what you have. That makes the difference. So seek to make people love you by giving them the information to have them love you about. You know how many people you talk to that you walk into the, you know, that's what these other cretins do. They get on TV so people can love them enough so they can keep on doing that cowardly stuff they're doing, and halfway seem like they're human.
I think the gentleman has a question. Okay, so if we have everything, I mean, people are always going to want more. I mean, people are just want. Like, how do you eliminate that want? Not everybody wants more, but there are a few who do want more.
Like 100 pair of shoes or 20 cars.
Yeah, like how do you eliminate that want?
This is the thing. When does wanting something become a bad thing? I mean, that's what we put here for. We have desires that we wish to. The only time a want becomes a problem is when like you demeaning somebody or hurting somebody to a point that it makes it unlivable for them.
Well, also not like what if someone wants power, like more like a power over it. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like right now people have power over things. So when you present the city, someone will think, well, I could run the city.
Well, that's a systemic issue.
Yeah.
We have a systemic money property system, which people derive power from. We don't have a system to derive the power from. You really can't game. I thought about how could you game a city? You know, a bunch of guys wanted to think, what are we going to divert resources to, like these buildings? It seems kind of silly because you don't really have a mechanism to divert the power.
Yeah. So what you're talking about is megalomania. That's psychotic. That's a sickness. And so there'll be ways of dealing with people like that humanely in mental institutions. When people see, when people voice that, you just can't just up and jump and take over the central system. You got to have cooperation of a whole bunch of people to do that. You know, and I don't think people without the coercion of money,
what's the incentive to do that?
would be enough incentive to do that.
The kind of games.
Good question.
Is as many choices as you can and as much money and power as you can. That's just the game. Or an excel at it, or you excel well.
So I have a question. You know, are you guys gonna get involved and do something?
Oh yeah.
I want to hear it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'll try my best.
I'm in. Always been in.
What's your name?
Richard.
So say it again.
I said I'll try my best.
You heard what Yoda said about trying, right?
I like to think more Mike Miyagi.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cool if you say yes or no. And you know, I treat you and love you just the same. You know?
I mean, if it's positive, like step for society, then yeah.
What's your name, brother?
Warren. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
You only build this.
I've always been wrong.
Yes.
I'm on her case. That's my mother. She has
And I'm no exception to this. You know, yes, I intend to keep on moving forward. You know, I was had a radio show on the internet years ago. Mike can attest to this. When I was asking for George W. Bush to be prosecuted as a war criminal when it wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my family be like, "Oh my God, boy, you gonna get killed, boy! Shut your ass up, boy!" But, I said, Mama, when does it? I'm talking about my mama. When does it come to a point where I live as a man? You know, when if I don't decide to do it, you can't do it for me. You know, and you can only kill me once. I don't want to die. You know, I can only die once. You know, coward died a million deaths, right? You know, and the way they die a million deaths is that people take advantage of all the ones around that they love, and they don't do anything about it. They suffer with it all the time. I don't feel that much that I can live with something like that. People doing that to my family, and me not doing nothing about it. Come on, man. And y'all are my family. And I can take away to y'all and say, you are my family. But I'm from the South, so I say, y'all are my family. Right?
All of y'all.
All y'all.
So we got a commitment. Will, what you gonna do, man? You gonna do something about it?
Yeah, I got a sweet Prezi presentation I'm gonna show to the world. Anybody know about Prezi.com?
Yeah.
It's like the YouTube of PowerPoint presentations. So instead of paying $300 for PowerPoint, you just log on, make a PowerPoint, and it saves it to the website. You go to another computer, log right in, start showing everybody.
That's something to bring at the next meeting.
I'll bring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Share it.
Definitely.
Let me see.
One thing you guys might notice about the system we live in, as far as you want to call it capitalist system or monetary system, pretty much is based on money, is that a lot of us will either start to become affected or we've already been affected, as far as your life will get harder and harder. Whether you're accumulating debt, you're unemployed, your health care is through the roof, you're paying
or
child
non-existent,
support, you don't have a home, you're homeless. There are so many things that will affect you in your life, and maybe the more that it builds up on you, you'll start to be like, you know what, this thing sucks, I want to get out of it, how can I change to a different system? You don't have to say it's a Zeitgeist system or a Venus Project system, but I think you'll start to question the system that you currently support, especially when you're really getting like screwed over by it. And hopefully that starts to get in your mind and you're like, you know what, okay, these things are starting to make a little sense now. Just, I don't know, just a heads up. I'm pretty sure all you guys are already affected anyway, but just saying it's probably going to get worse.
Yeah. I mean, just recently, they had a headline that over 50% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, or 1 or 2 paychecks away from being homeless.
66%.
It's going up.